What's going on?
Jay, Mark was good, man.
How you feeling? I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, all right. Shit, I ain't want shit for real. I was just following up to tell you thank you for real, for real. Pretty much put me on the game, so I've been following your content from day one. So um, I came in OTR, and then you already know I transitioned out. But I ain't really want
Transition
shit.
out. Transition out to what?
Final mile. So
How's it? How's it going?
I be listening to your shit all the time.
Yeah.
So I came in the game. I came in the game. Let me shorten up my story a little bit. I came in the game when I moved to California. They charged me 15 bands to move my truck to California, move to California, LA for a year. They charged me 1500 to do that. Then I moved back the next year. They charged me 1800 to do that. So both
Mm-hmm.
times I was able to see the amount of stuff they had on their truck and seeing what the money was like, right? So that's what got me open to the transportation business in general.
Mm-hmm.
So about a year later, after I started, just stacking my bread, getting everything right,
Yeah.
um, I think I came across, I don't know who it was first, Box Truck Bros, Vic, trucking out the box. So it was actually all of them that brought me into the game. I don't even think you started your channel at this time, but it
Mm-hmm.
was actually all of them that got me into the game. But yeah, everybody would say you could start with 5 bands. So me personally, I ended up coming in the game. I came in 750 on the Enterprise. It went from the 750 to the $1,000 Penske truck because they was capping my miles out. Anyway, I was spinning my wheels in OTR trying to get profitable, trying
Mm-hmm.
to go. But because the money was so inconsistent, it was hard to really do that. Next thing you know, so I came out of all my debt. I came out about $25,000 worth of debt. And then when
Mm-hmm.
I was working for the warehouse, and then soon as came out of the debt, I went back into debt, and I started my company off of all debt. So I had no money to my name. I was still actually about $400 in debt at the time, but shit was just aligning. When I say shit was just aligning, I'm doing the work. I'm already a grinder, so I'm already doing the work. When I tell you, I like to see big numbers jump big. So all of my little $700 checks from the warehouse, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
every dime of that going straight to the credit card, because I needed to see that shit moving thousands. You know what I'm saying? Not
Mm-hmm.
just hundreds. You know what I'm saying? So after I got out of all that shit, I got a little quote on insurance. Insurance, they told me $700, 750 for commercial insurance. So it was little shit like that that pushed me sooner than later. So when they
Mm-hmm.
gave me that rate, I took that rate. 750
Okay.
my insurance. Right now my insurance like 760 right now. Um
Okay.
but that's what got me into the game and shit. But I got a long story, backstory on everything. But
Mm-hmm.
long story short though, what was it? I think I ran OTR for about 6 months. I think I ran OTR for about 6 months. Basically, like I said, spinning my wheels. I got good at it, real good at it though. So, but long story short, I ended up transitioning over when I found your channel. And
Mm-hmm.
after your channel, I found your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Everything been on the up and up for real. But
Oh
I
man,
didn't
that's
been through a
good.
lot of this shit you be talking about. I scaled the 2 trucks real quick. So I worked my way up from at Bob's. So I got about a few $100 more a day now. So I'm carrying the motherfuckers in the surveys up on the top of the board, 35 surveys a week. You know what I'm saying? So I already know I'll be leaning on them niggas. Um, but yeah, I done been through a lot of shit you be talking about. Scale real quick. Got to the second truck, but I'm one of them people that definitely had to work a whole week. Then get the $5,000 floor claim, and boom, a $9,000 settlement turned into 2,000. You know what I'm saying? And at that particular time, scaling too quick, not having money to pay my employees. You know what I'm saying? So I done had to deal with a little bit of all that, but for the last 6 months, been back just working my one truck. You know what I'm saying? Just to get shit all in line. Like you say, you need niggas to be trained the way you want them to be trained, not the way anybody else wants them to be trained. They gotta be
Mm-hmm.
trained my way, not your way. You feel me? So like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, moving slower to actually works out more for me. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So but yeah, I ain't really want shit, man. I was just coming on here to holler at you.
I appreciate it. So are you on the truck or not?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna always be on the truck. I'm gonna always be on the truck at least for the next 5 years. That's just my mindset. I'm gonna be on the truck because
So
I mean, even when had the second truck running, of course, somebody on that truck. But I plan on being on the truck until I'm listening to you say 3 trucks. But hell
right.
yeah, I'm on the truck. I'm on the truck.
So it's just you and one you and a helper?
Yeah, I cycle out my helpers. I cycle out my helpers. I got 2 helpers. Some days I do 3 men. Some days I do 2 men. So you already know they goal is to pack whatever the fuck they could put on that truck and get that shit going. So I done did 90 piece furniture routes. You know what I'm saying? I done did. I think 95 pieces probably the max. But that's a fucking that's a load. That
Right.
you need dog. You need dogs. You need killers with you. So
Right.
I understand that shit too. I understand that shit too. I done had
But
motherfuckers on the truck. Man, I done had niggas fighting on the truck. So when I wasn't on the truck, I had to pull up on them. But yeah, you need killers with you. But yeah, right now it's just me and my one truck. Just a helper. Some days I run two. Most days I like to run two. And then some days I run that third man if I look like it's gonna be a heavy day. Yesterday I ran a third truck because I had 16 stops. uh Everything is an hour out, and then you still giving me 25 minutes drive time in between each stop. You know what I'm saying? So them type of routes, you already know you gotta schedule accordingly because I need trying to get done at a timely fashion.
what part of California you in?
I'm not in California, no more, I'm in Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Oh, you
I moved to
the
Hollywood.
you Jay Alexander?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh, cause you put a different name here. That's why. Okay. Oh, Jay. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah,
You in Cleveland. You in Cleveland. Yeah. I've been following your journey. Yeah, you was
yeah.
OTR and then you switched over to Final Mile. Yeah. So
Yep.
they ain't
Yeah,
got you
but
they ain't got you in Cleveland. They send you out to the rural areas there.
I do everywhere. I do everywhere, but some days they'll have me an hour and a half out. Some days they'll keep me in Cleveland in the city. You know what I mean? But it just depends. Every day they routes differently.
See, you already physically in shape. So that shit ain't nothing for you to lift
No,
that
no,
shit.
hell no. No,
Yeah,
no,
you
I'll be
already
dogging.
in shape. Yeah, so you and I'm pretty sure the people you got working for you is probably work out like how you work out too.
Yeah, yeah. I got yeah. Most of my hitters, my A1s, they in shape. I got a lot of my homies though. I didn't think that was gonna be able to stick to it. They didn't stuck to it too. They didn't stuck to it too. So when I
Yeah.
had the 2 trucks running, it was about 8 of us. I had a couple drivers, few helpers. You know, we just cycle shit out. We do small do moves on the side, shit like that. So yeah, I got to see a lot of that. But but everything you say, even the details of how to air a couch, how to pick up furniture, all of that shit fucking matters. You know what I'm saying? Small shit like that. Uh, Not having your blankets, floor claims, all that shit. Everything you pretty much be saying. I done had niggas hit roofs and shit like that, but anything you be saying, bro, it be on point.
Tell me about that because I remember when I was going back and forth with Axel and I was telling him how you could do 100,000 and he said no you can't and then I was telling him about the long distance move and he was going back and forth and you was like yeah Axel you cap I just got paid 17,000 for a move going from Cleveland to Texas. Tell me
That was a
about that
Cleveland.
job.
That was a that was a Cleveland to Texas move. It was a 4 bedroom house, and she did like she was adopting kids. You know what I mean? Special needs kids and shit. So like, I guess she had like a little business going, so she wasn't really doing too much. But that 17,000 was actually the lowest quote that she got for the 17,000. It was just the lowest quote that she got.
The lowest quote that she got
Lowest.
and
Yeah.
you charged her 17,000 exactly see that's what I
That
be
move
talking
was
about.
yeah, and that move was yeah, it was out in Cleveland.
Yeah, so you moved it from Cleveland to Texas.
No. My people moved her.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought you moved it. Okay.
if you go back to that I was offered 17,000. I'd let my
Okay.
other guy take that.
Why
My
you
other
didn't
guy
take
take
it?
because I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that.
But at least you honest with
I
yourself.
yeah. I wasn't ready for that. You need the
So,
people. You need the it's work. So how I started stumbling across this movement, and I'm trying to get transition into moving too. So and basically, like you said, just cut out the middleman. Sometimes I get
Hmm.
tired of the 3PL. I like it all though, but I definitely do it all.
Man, moving ain't gonna be shit for you, bro, because you already the physical part, you already got it, and you already pretty much you learning the know how from Final Mile. So the transition should be pretty smooth. If you don't get a second truck up this summer running, I would definitely plan next year having the truck doing moving. So, since you got a third guy that you transitioning in and out based on, how heavy the loads are for the day, do one of those guys got a driver's license or both of them are just helpers, period?
They both helpers right now, but
See, yeah,
I need him to get.
you gotta find another driver, bro.
I do.
You gotta
I
find
do.
you another driver because like this weekend, easily, even with, you could easily do somewhere between 10 to 20 this weekend. It's a big weekend, bro. Even with the truck you got, on the under the table side, while building up your clientele, you know what I'm saying? I would still be trying to go get that money. It's just too much opportunity out here. I would still take some smaller jobs to kind of learn the business. Um, Probably don't run it under your company truck. I would probably outsource and maybe get another truck on the side. On the weekends, you'll be all right. You can get away with it on the weekends. But next summer, you kind of want to at least have that truck up and operational because the earning potential during moving season is next to none. Is next to none. You know what I'm saying? The money that you'll make in those 6 months is, I'm telling you, you already there. You already there. You just need to set it up.
Yeah, I got my brother to open his LLC too, and I put him on the thumbtack, and he actually booked a $18,000 move down there. He was like, Jay, thank you for telling me about thumbtack. I got thumbtack from you, but he booked the
Mhm.
$18,000 move within 2 days of me telling him about it, and I think he said that was three box truck and two box trucks in a semi. I'm not sure, but
Mhm.
he's actually been moving for the last 5 years. But once I started the trucking company, he started to asking me questions about, you know what I mean? And boom, he got his own truck and got his own company now, making the same money that he was instead of working for somebody else. You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
But he been doing that. But
That's good.
hell yes,
That's good.
it's opportunity and all that shit. 3PLs and shit. You don't be lying about none of that shit. You say 20, 25,000 to start. I say that's about right. I mean, if you come in the right way, I be trying to put all my people on and let them know, like, even the people that work with me, like, when you know the game, you can come in with a little bit less. But like starting out, and you don't know what you're doing, yeah, it took me about 25,000. It took me about 25,000. I ran myself back up 20K in debt, and then
Mhm.
I ended up having to borrow like 5 bands from my mom's people. But I'm all out of debt. I'm all out after final miles. Checks started coming regularly, so you able to budget. You able to know what you're doing. And the way I did it, just because I ran everything from my credit, I would just as soon as I get paid, everything straight to credit until the credit paid off. I look at my shit like I ain't got no money until I don't owe no money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just the way
Mhm.
I do things. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm all out of debt now. I'm on top. You know what I mean? Just taking my time, doing shit, moving at my own speed. But it's all about being profitable. Slow and steady wins the race. Like I said, once that floor claim hit me for that 5,500, I would think that was my first time ever going to work 7 days a week and then making no money. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put out a few bands this week, and that shit didn't come back. I'm like, shit, you got to slow down. Fuck, it ain't just about having them trucks running. You got to make sure them bitches running right.
Yeah. But that
Got to
floor
make sure
claim
they running
probably
right.
also made you tighten up too.
I tighten the fuck up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Blankets, every time you go into every time I don't so much as step on people's rugs. You know what I'm saying? My helper already got the box right here, blanket right there on their floor mat, on their floor, whatever it is. You walk on the
Mhm.
floor, you know what I'm saying? When you dealing with tables, lay the blanket down, you know what I'm saying? Put it down, build it, you know what I mean? Same shit. But yeah, I didn't see claims like a motherfucker at first. I didn't really know what I was doing, you know what I mean? It's a skill to be able to pick up shit, you know what I'm saying? Pick it up right and turn that shit. But Yeah, you know,
It, it,
it
it's a lot.
strength
It's
ain't
a
nothing for
lot of
me,
money.
bro.
It's a lot of money in it, but you gotta have that skill set too. Gotta have
Yeah.
that skill set. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but that's good, man. I'm glad things is working out for you, man. You saw one situation, you was a smart business person. You weren't afraid to transition because you took the chance and transition when you saw something wasn't working in your favor. Now look how things turned around for you. Some people just get stuck. They just get stuck because one, they don't want to transition into what you transition because it's more work, or they feel like it's too hard, or they just complacent because they believing in some shit that somebody told them, this, that, and the third, and they just gonna be stuck there, stuck there, stuck there until they gonna just force themselves to dissolve because they too ignorant enough to transition and see what else is out there to save their business. So man, I'm glad you wasn't that ignorant, that you took the chance and transitioned, and it worked out in your favor. So congratulations, man.
Nope. Nope. But yeah, bro, I just wanted to tap in with you. I ain't want shit, bro. I do want to
Appreciate
holler
you,
at
man.
you on you say what?
No,
I
go
do
ahead.
want to
I'm
holler
listening.
at you on a few things like, later on though, cause I be the LLC shit. I'm an LLC and I really need to be a corporation. It looks like, you know what I'm saying? Little shit like
Hmm.
that. Not I ain't over the road now. Like, but if I was to, do I need to start a whole nother company to do a corporation?
Nah, you could get with a CPA and they could help you transfer the shit. You know that you would want to talk with them on transferring that shit. I've never had to transfer it because I've always came into everything the way I want to come in. So whenever I start business, I got a CPA that I've been working with for over 10 years, and I tell him my ideas and how I want to scale, and he advises me on the right way to structure it. But you can transfer it over, but I would speak with someone who's qualified and that can, educate you the proper way to do it. I wouldn't know. I've never done it. So
Okay. All right.
you got a
Well, what
CPA,
else?
or like what do you do? How do you handle your accounting?
I had a neo accounting firm do it this di- do my I fucked around and gave out 1099s. First of all, that was my first fuck up. I didn't know that. So it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be W4s going forward, as you said, W4s.
Mm-hmm.
W4s going forward. Um so I had an accounting firm do that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I wasn't really working with nobody. I got my let me see if I can I do my I got my receipts in my book like this. So I
Mm-hmm.
keep my receipts, make sure I write down everything in the calendar and write down everything in each day pay. So it's written down twice. I mean, everything I do. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So doing that personally right now, but um I had a lady did my business taxes, and yeah, so I owed, I guess, 6,000 from that.
Mm-hmm. You owe, you
But
owe, you owe you owed 6,000.
I owe 6,000 now from last year's taxes. I'm
Okay.
like, damn, well, can you get it down anymore? She was
What
like, I
what
got
what
it
year
down
in
for
biz
25.
what year in business are you? This your second year, right?
This my first year. Yeah, this is my second year. 2000 August would be my 2 years strictly. But like last year, I had a little bit of work mixed in with it. So I think she didn't do it last year. But this year I was fully
So,
operational in the business.
but I'm trying to figure out. You was upside down 25. Did you give her all your receipts?
She basically just took my word for it. I did everything.
See, that's where you fucked up at. Cause you should have been at zero. You shouldn't be paying nothing.
I said that to her. I heard you say for the first 3 years in business, you shouldn't be paying nothing, because if you fucking with somebody that know what they're doing, they should be able to cover all this shit. Bro, Mark, I listen to your shit every day, bro. They should be able to cover that shit. They should be able to cover that shit for the first 3 years in business. I heard you say that. So I
But
took that
based,
to the accounting firm, and
mhm.
she told me that yeah, most people they don't most business aren't profitable for the first 3 years, but because I have a trucking business, she told me it was a little bit different. So I There's a lot of shit that I wasn't that. Once again,
not
I focus.
not not
Go ahead.
profitable is not profitable. And based on what you telling me, you weren't profitable. You were in debt.
Who last year?
This your first. You said this your first official year, right?
Yeah.
So if this your first official year and you was 25 and then you had to go borrow another 5.
No, 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 no. So. Okay, so I started the business in August 19th, 2022. August 19th, 2022. So my 2 years are coming up here in a few months.
Okay. So August of 2022, right?
Yeah.
So September, October, November, December, right, was 4 months. That is 2022. That was, you were responsible for that by March of 2023. Now, depending on how much you made or didn't make, I don't know. And you would have took that to your CPA. They would have determined what. So your first full fiscal year was 2023, right? Now, within last year, you said you were still recouping the initial investment. I know you didn't recoup that the first 4 months because you said the first 6 months you was running over the road and you was pretty much operating at a loss. You was operating at a loss to the point where you had to go and borrow additional funds. You made payroll. Let me ask you this: that claim, did you write that claim off? No, you didn't write that claim. So this is what I'm saying. Just listening to what you said, and then at the end you telling me you owe 6,000 is not up. You should know nothing. You should know nothing, not because it's your first 3 years, but listening to you based on what you saying, you have a lot of write-offs that didn't get written off.
I got tons of write-offs.
And then what she's telling you ain't true neither. You need to find you a better accountant. All that shit, anything that costs you money, you should be writing off. And the reason why you having a hard time is because of the way you handling your accountant. You got a business bank account, right?
Yeah.
Does the 3PL, they pay into that account, right?
Yeah.
And how do you utilize what do you use to buy shit for the business?
The bank account. Your business bank account.
The same account that the money comes into, right?
Yeah.
You don't buy shit cash or with other business credit cards or anything?
Sometimes, yeah.
Stop. Listen. Streamline everything. All your income, your accounts receivable, come into that account. All your payables go out of that account. So use that debit card to buy whatever for the business. That debit card and that debit card only. All the money coming in. So at the end of the pay period or at the end of each month, if you got a good accountant, the bank is going to upload usually halfway through the next month. Your statement for the previous month will be available. Download that or forward it straight to your accountant so they can keep account and they can be monitoring your books all the way through the year. Or if they want, at the end of the year, you can download all 12 of those months and forward it to them. So now they see what's coming in and they see what's coming out. It's streamlined.
Okay.
All right. So this is the easiest way. So now you ain't got receipts and forgetting shit. That claim, you should, that's a write-off. Look, we took a hit on this because guess what? At the end of the day, you still going to get an invoice, right? When they do that direct deposit, you should still get an email, right? That shows, oh, you made this much money, right? But then a deduction, you should see at the bottom, a deduction, a parentheses with a minus, an amount, parentheses. That parentheses mean that was a debit, right? And if there was a credit or a difference of anything, it would have been on there. Right. So this way your accountant is seeing pretty much everything streamlined. So the only reason they're gonna call you is okay, they see whatever the 3PL is, JB Hunt, Final Mile, whatever it is. Let's just say T-Force. T-Force, $5,000 credit. Right? Boom. Pilot, negative 200. They already gonna put that in fuel. But then they may see something that says New Haven. Your accountant may not know it. This is when they call you like, man, I see a debit here for New Haven. What's that? Oh, that's supplies. And they'll put that under they'll itemize that under supplies, right? You're not streamlined. Use your business bank account for everything. If you got a business credit card, you can utilize that because at the end of the day, when you pay that credit card bill for that, it's going to come from that business account. But you still print that statement for that business credit card so that your accountant can see everything itemized right there. Because they have to itemize everything. So it's like I did a live stream from one of those years where I did $1 million, and you saw $100,000 or $200,000 in fuel. You saw 100 and some 200,000, whatever it was, and payroll. You saw 50,000 in truck rentals. You saw $1,500 in food and entertainment. You saw $6,000 in office supplies. You see what I'm saying? It's itemized. This is where the write-offs, because that shit has to be itemized. So if you streamline this shit, it's not only easier for you, but it's also easier for your CPA. That way you won't miss out on shit, because everything is in one place. The only thing you got to do is download the PDF and attach it in an email and send it straight to them. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So I need to get everything from that. Okay. All right. So I need to
You
switch everything over.
just start switch. You already got a business bank account, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Just go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I just need to switch everything to swiping that business bank account for everything instead of
Yeah,
just
you shouldn't be using cash for nothing, because that's how shit get lost in the sauce. Ain't nobody running around keeping in like the receipts. Like I did that shit back in the day when I was under the table, right? But when you license and you got employees and shit like that, and you got revenue coming in and you got expenses coming out and you dealing with a CPA, you got to have all this shit. Like you shouldn't owe $6,000, bro. You operating at a loss. You should know nothing. If you're borrowing money, that means you're not profitable. You borrowing money to make payroll.
No, I don't. No. Well, no. I'm saying. So once I got in the final mile, I paid all the credit. I haven't had any debt since like I probably within about 3 to 4 months of coming into the final mile.
When did you come in the final mile? It was in 23, right?
No, I was 22. No.
Well, you said 6 months you ran OTR, right?
It's today. It was January 21st was my when I came in the final mile.
Of 23, right?
Yeah, 23.
All right. So January 1st to December 31st is one fiscal tax year.
Right.
You came into the business August of 2022.
Right.
So whatever you did from August of what date that was in 2022 to December 31st, which is 4 short months, then that was that year by itself.
Right. Yeah, that was that year.
All the losses that you took in 2023, you didn't write them off.
You're right.
You listen. You owe $6,000, right? She said, right? She said, but you got a $5,000 floor claim that you didn't tell her about. So now, if you write off that $5,000, what does that leave?
$1,000.
All right, and I'm pretty sure it's other claims that total up to more than $1,000 that you didn't tell her about.
True.
Am I right or am I wrong?
True.
So there you have it.
Yeah, you're right.
That $5,000 is a write-off. You didn't make any money. That's a claim. You paid to get a person's floor fixed.
Right. Okay.
That's a write-off. So I would, I mean, maybe go talk to her or something. I don't know. But here's the thing.
Well, when she told me 6,000, I'm like shit. I got some other shit that you could write off. She was like, I got it down from 20,000, but I guess that's really because it's really
that's
my
what she
fault.
told you. That's what she told you.
Yeah, because it was just close to the deadline. The April 15th, and I guess that's my fault because I got shit everywhere. You right. If I had everything in one place, I wouldn't be like that.
But that shouldn't have been an answer. I got it down. If you got more shit to write off, you got more shit to write off.
Right.
Now she could have been like, well, man, why? Like she could have been like, well, man, why you didn't give me all this shit up front? I would have expected a smart ass remark like that, right, from a professional, but not know, well, man, I got it down. That just sounds like she didn't want to She just wanted to be done with you, get paid, so she could move on to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, if you got more write offs, you got more write offs, bro. Write offs are
Right.
write offs. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, but yeah, bro, you yeah. So yeah, you got to streamline your shit, bro, because you don't want to miss anything. You don't want to be. Here's the thing, because you can get to a point where you become extremely successful, right? And you do got that profit margin, and you do got to pay taxes. You don't want to get a government free money, do you? If
Right.
I got
No.
shit that the business purchased that I could write off, I need to write it off. If I owe $50,000 in taxes, but I got 25 or $30,000 still in write offs, I want to get that 50 down to 20 because I need to submit these other write offs. I'm not finna give the government free money if I don't have to. They got enough
Right.
money. They print money.
Right. Right.
I'm talking about you
Yeah.
need to find you a damn account. I want to see your taxes. You renting a truck or you own a truck?
A rent.
I'm hoping she wrote off the rental.
Yeah. I She really. So this ain't even. She not really I don't know what the fuck she is. She actually the lady that's been doing my taxes. So I already know that's fucked
So
up.
she
You know what I
so
mean?
see so here so she used to doing individual taxes. She probably not used to doing corporate taxes.
This is my first time doing my business taxes through her, but she says she has. So of course, once I start looking for accountants and shit, I went up to up the street. It's hella accountants, but you don't really know who good. So I ended up just having the lady that been doing them for years. I'm not sure how many businesses she does, but she's just a lady that's been doing them for years. I don't know if she is CPA or not a CPA. But I've been talking to I got a homie that own the barbershop now. I'm trying to get with his CPA.
Yeah,
I need I need
I
to, I
would
need to get CPA for sure.
yeah, see the technical cuz I've never had to like they saying you can get it amended and she like all that. That's why I'm saying you probably want to go talk to a CPA. I've been lucky enough that the CPA I've been dealing with for years with someone that was referred to me that was in business, owns a bunch of liquor stores. So I started going there, and this guy's just amazing. But he's expensive. It sounds like you just need to get a CPA. It sounds like that person that you are using is probably one of those people that can do your personal taxes. But when it comes to like corporate filings, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she doesn't have the experience because like it's so much shit you can write off. Like, and my account early on, I learned he was writing off shit. I remember when I bought my first luxury car, he got mad, and then the next time around I leased the car and he was like, cool, you getting it. And at the end of the year, he was like, man, that 750 saved you by you was gonna owe something, but I was able to write $9,000 off the depreciation of the 7 Series. So not only was I writing off the lease payments, and obviously the company was paying for the fuel because the car was leased under the business, I didn't even know that you could write off the depreciation of a lease vehicle. He was like, yeah, I was able to write off $9,000 off the depreciation. So it's all types of shit that a real good certified public accountant knows how to do versus maybe one of those people who, took one of those tax courses. And I'm not saying this is that person, one of them tax courses that they bought online and just doing, 1040 EZs and shit like that. A 1040 EZ and, these corporate filings is something totally different, but they saying you can get it amended. So I would look into it. I would probably have somebody maybe go behind her. Because basically the answer that she gave you, that's not a professional answer. You got more write-offs, you got more write-offs. And if you are in the time frame, then what's the problem? So
Right. Okay. Okay.
six
That'd be my
thousand
next.
dollars $6,000 saved is $6,000 earned.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm pretty sure you
That's
could do
facts.
something with $6,000 that you don't really owe the government instead of donating it to the government, right?
Right. 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 Well, shit. Who? How would I go about getting it amended?
I would go with I would consult with a certified public accountant, bro. I would go to
Okay.
somebody. I would do some research first in your area. Maybe if you know anybody that has a successful business, that's really a successful business owner that you know, not some penny ante ass person, like somebody that's really successful in business. Ask if they have an accountant and ask if you get a referral. You know what I'm saying? Do some searching too and look at some reviews. Obviously, you know, a person who's operating from their home and you know, and I'm not being biased, but a person who's operating from their home and a person who has uh, a a private CPA office with floor to ceiling windows, there's a different level of success there, and that person is there in that, you know, corner office with floor to ceiling windows with a staff of 15 people for a reason. You know, they must
Right.
be good at some shit. So do a lot of research, listen to some reviews, try to get some referrals if possible, and you know, try to find somebody that can kind of go behind and look that shit over, bro. Because I don't think you owe anything.
Right. Right. All right. I'll get that shit looked at. I bet.
All right.
All right. That's a bet. Appreciate it. Appreciate
You
it.
got you got anything else for me?
No, sir. That's it for me.
All right,
I ain't
man.
got
Stay
nothing.
stay in tune.
For sure. I'll let you on the ground, bro.
All right, peace.
All right.